Mwah. What's up, you guys? It's Andrea here, and I'm your host from Mrs. to Ms. I am going solo this week, you guys. I thought it'd just be a great idea. It's the end of the year, it's the holidays, and I have so many incredible guests coming up that I want to talk about shortly, but I'm going to save them for 2025. So I am coming out of 2024, and I thought I'm just going to come on and chat with you guys. We're going to talk about the holidays, we're going to talk about dating during the holidays, when to give gifts, what the expectations are. And I'm also going to talk about love bombing, some future faking, things that I have come across this past year that are just literally blowing my mind. So many different situations that I'm hearing about. And so I thought it would be a really good thing just to touch base on that before the end of the year so that you have the opportunity to go into 2025 and just kill it in your dating life. I also have, you guys, some incredible call-ins, some people that either called me or wrote to me or texted me with some really kind of interesting, wild, crazy dating stories, if you will, or that just need some advice. So I have a few of those, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion and how I would handle the situation. And I would love to hear back from you guys and let me know your thoughts, how you would handle that situation. Of course, I always want to be hearing more from you. I would love to get more call-ins, more texts, more questions of things you guys want to hear about for 2025. I'm here for you to help you. So let's work together and get that done. Okay, so let's get started. That's my little intro bit. So we're going to get started and just jump right into From Mrs. to Ms. First of all, I just want to say thank you, guys, for such an incredible 2024. From Mrs. to Ms. has just been booming and consistently going up, and that excites me more than you can ever imagine. And I have been able to have on some really incredible guests in 2024. And like I said, I have even more incredible guests coming in 2025. And I want to be that source of resources for you guys. I want to be here that you can come on to From Mrs. to Ms. and you can listen and find out everything you need to know regarding relationships, your health, things that you can do to fulfill your life a little bit more, different hobbies you can do. If you're having issues in your sex life, in your marital sex life, how you can work on that and get that into a better situation, things you can do to help yourself get back into shape, to get back on a healthier track in your life. There are so many different things that I have wonderful people to talk with about that I can't wait for you guys to hear. And I want you to understand that I am here to bring all of these resources to you. So I am like your one-stop shop, your dating hub, if you will, and I want to be that person for you guys. So please let me know whatever else you would like to hear about, whatever kind of guests you want to get on. I'm going to try and get that this year. So please reach out to me at info@FromMrsToMs.net. You can also find me on any social media. I'm at from.mrs.2.ms. So you can find me on there. Please DM me, follow me. Come on, you guys. I am here for you. Let's collaborate. Let's get you the information that you're looking for. So let's start out. We're going to talk about the holidays. Oh my God, you guys, Christmas is coming up. When I'm recording this, I am just about 2 days from Christmas. This episode is going to air on Christmas Eve. So I love that. And so I thought it was a great time just to talk to you guys about the holidays, about dating, when to give gifts, what the expectations are, and all of that good stuff. It's a wonderful time to have a partner, of course. It's a wonderful time to have somebody to snuggle with, to make hot chocolate with, to go Christmas shopping. And, it's very interesting. I see a lot of my friends that are in very solid relationships, whether it's dating or marriage. And I love the dynamic. There's really something to be said about that and how incredible it is to see, couples come together at the holidays and they really blend and they shop together and they cook together and bake together and make plans together. And, that is something that we all strive for. right? We all want that kind of relationship where we feel like, we're not in it alone and we have somebody by our side. We can make decisions with somebody. We go see their family, your family. You mix it up. You just have so many great experiences together at the holidays. And I truly respect that. And I want that for you guys, of course. I want it for myself. I want it for everyone to be truly happy at the holidays. I think that's the best time. But if you are not with somebody during the holidays, that is okay. I want you guys to understand that it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you any less of a person. It doesn't make you need to sit at home and be sad or upset or not want to leave the house or not want to actually celebrate the holidays because you don't have a partner. You are your own person. You create your own destiny. You decide who you're going to be and what you want to do at the holidays, who you want to spend it with, and how you want to share your favorite moments. And that has nothing to do with anybody else. Yes, all of that other stuff is great and amazing. But beyond that, how incredible that you get to make your own decisions and do what you want to do. So, do it. Just find, if you want to buy gifts for everybody this year, make it a year of giving where you go out and you have your incredible list and you just go through everybody, all your friends, your family, people that weren't expecting something from you, and you just make it so enjoyable. And that in of itself can be wonderful when you're spending time buying for others and being selfless and wanting to share and give to maybe those that are less fortunate or those that you've just been thinking about. So I think that's a really wonderful trait to have, that you want to kind of do that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's also really fun to go to some holiday parties. You don't have to have a date. If you do, wonderful. But if you don't, you go there planning to be your own best date. You're going to talk to everybody. You're going to join in on conversations. You're going to enjoy the Christmas snacks and the food, and you're going to laugh and join in on the white elephant game, whatever it is that everybody's doing. You do it, and you do it proudly. It doesn't matter whether you have somebody on your arm or not. You are there to have a good time. And that is what is important, to make sure that you are enjoying yourself and that everybody knows that you are a solid, solid person. Not that they need to know that. I'm not saying it like that because you know who you are. I'm just saying when people see you there enjoying yourself, having a great time, I know I'm always like, oh my God, that girl is having such a blast. She's here by herself, just enjoying her own time. And how amazing is that? So I really think that that is super cool to do. And so don't hold back. If you're invited to parties, that is where you're going to meet somebody. You have the opportunity to meet so many more people. You might meet your friends at a party, and then somebody else brings a friend. And next thing you know, you're now talking to that other friend. And so it increases your opportunity to meet new people when you take chances and you push yourself to get out of your comfort zone. And you decide, hey, I'm just going to go to this party by myself. I'm going to walk in with my head held high. I'm going to look incredible. I'm going to feel incredible. And I'm going to be the life of the party. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to try talking to new people. Maybe you set a goal for yourself. My goal for tonight at this party is to talk to 3 new people and to engage in conversation with them, find out more about them, try to relate with them, see if there's any kind of energy forming, some kind of a connection, and push yourself to do that and step out of your comfort zone. Not always easy to do, but definitely something I would suggest and recommend, because that's how you're going to get to meet those people that you normally wouldn't. And you got to get off the wall, right? Being the wallflower, hanging out over there, get out and meet people. So I think that's a great idea, just to follow through on any plans you might have. Find out where the parties are, find out where, everyone's hanging out, and go. Just have a great time. So that's a really fun thing. I also want to talk about gift giving at the holidays. So that can be really weird. And it's really weird because if you're just starting out a new relationship, should you be buying a gift for somebody that's so brand new? You don't know where it's going. Are you going to end up with them in a week from now? What is the time limit on that? That is too soon. That is a really, really great question of when you think it's too soon to buy a gift for somebody, or, is it okay to buy just a little something to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. This doesn't have to mean we are now an established couple, that we're exclusive or in a relationship, but I enjoy spending time with you. I care about your well being. And I thought it would be nice to just get you a little something. So I think that's a really nice thing to do. I don't think that you have to hold back. I would stay away from very overly personalized gifts or something that might give the wrong impression, might make somebody think that you are maybe a little bit further along than they are. I don't necessarily recommend that. I think you just need to keep it very, very neutral. Some great gift ideas would be maybe a personalized ornament. So you could do some kind of festive, ornament where you maybe have it customized with their name, the year, something fun, maybe related to an inside joke or a shared interest. That's very lovely way to celebrate the holiday season. It's a very low pressure gift. So when I say something personal, I would stay away from, you're the love of my life or you're my soulmate. If you guys are not in that place, obviously we're talking about, very new dating here. So be very careful in that, but maybe just a little something like I said, their name, a year, just something very fun that relates you to. So that could be a really cool gift. Maybe a cozy accessory, maybe like a stylish scarf, a warm blanket, a pair of fuzzy socks. Those show thoughtfulness while also remaining practical. So it's a very easy gift. It's very perfect for cozy winter vibes, and you're not being overly intimate. It's something very simple. I love getting a really cool scarf. I'm a big scarf girl. Also like gloves. So that's really fun. And I think a pair of fuzzy socks is perfect because it's something you can present to, like, hey, while we're watching a movie, let's put on our socks and kind of snuggle in. And it doesn't show more than that. It's just something very practical. So I think that is perfect. Another idea I have is an experience gift. So plan some kind of activity together and enjoy it. Maybe tickets to a certain concert, Siberian, what is that called? Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Love that. Maybe it's a holiday concert. Caroling could be really fun. Maybe you do a fun class like cooking or painting or just a day pass to a local attraction. I live in LA, and so I think it's even fun sometimes to arrange that hop on, hop off tour bus and just tour around the city and go see different places that you haven't before. Maybe make it a day experience where you guys just go and hop on and you hop off and you have lunch and you get back on the bus and then you go to Chinatown and you go shopping and go crazy. And then, you hop back on and you end up going, um, down to Hollywood and walking the Walk of Stars. What is that? The Sidewalk Star? What is that called? Star Walk. I don't know. I don't know. Something like that. And you guys really enjoy just spending that time together. So that gives you both something to look forward to while building your bonds. So I think an experience gift is wonderful. Um, my fourth idea would be a book or a game. If they love reading, maybe give them a book in a genre they really enjoy. Maybe you both have had a conversation about a certain book that you would like to read, or maybe you have a particular book that you have read that you love and think they would enjoy. Maybe you regift that book, and I think that's totally okay. It's a book. We want to share our experiences, something that you enjoy or love doing, and maybe you just put a little really cute bookmark with their name on it that you have engraved, or there's some really cool little bookmarks out there. So you just pass on a book that you love, that's something that's important to you that you're going to share, and then you put a little bookmark in there as like a fun twist. So I think that's really cute. Also, a popular board game, maybe a card game you could play together. There's a lot of really cool couples games out there, especially if you're new to being a couple, where you can kind of learn more about each other. It gives you great ideas of questions to ask each other, experiences you've had. Talk about things that, maybe what was your favorite thing to do when you were a child, your favorite food growing up, your favorite flavor of ice cream, things you wouldn't normally ask. And so this just kind of takes you out of your comfort zone a little bit and lets you guys enjoy learning a little bit more about each other. So these gifts offer, entertainment and a way to spend time together. So I think that can be a perfect idea for a holiday gift if you're new to dating. My last one would be a gourmet treat or some kind of do-it-yourself snack kit. Maybe a box of premium chocolates or a coffee sampler or a do-it-yourself hot chocolate or cookie making kit, something you can do together. Maybe you build, a little gingerbread house with all of the Christmas fixins and treats and stuff. So I think those would be really great to share a little festive treat together. So those would be my 5 ideas for dating, newly dating, and what to get your partner for a gift for the holiday season. So again, maybe a personalized ornament, a cozy accessory like a scarf or a warm blanket, an experience gift. Get out there and do something fun together, a book or a game, something that you enjoy and something that can bring you a little bit closer and increase your bond. And then definitely a gourmet snack or treat if you're really great at making something. I make an incredible chocolate caramel popcorn. I call it chocolatey pop. And so that is something that's really special to me that I can make and kind of share with my person. And that's a part of me. So those are some really great ideas. Let's talk about expectations at the holidays. What are the expectations? When you are, um, in this new relationship, I think you just need to keep your expectations low at this point. Don't be expecting that you're going to get some fancy piece of jewelry because you guys have been dating 3 weeks, or expect that he's going to show up at your house with a sack full of gifts. And just the same, I don't think that you need to do that for them either. I think that it's really important to keep it very low key, and I think it's important to just, like I said, really enjoy the experience, rather than worrying about what they're going to get you, what you should get them. Expectations, I don't know about even going to see family. It's very new. So I would expect that you would not be invited to spend time with your partner's family unless you've been maybe dating, 3, 4 months and upwards from there. If you've only been dating a couple weeks, I mean, I don't want to bring somebody home that I've been only dating a couple weeks or introduce them to my kids. So you shouldn't expect the same. So just set your expectations properly for the holidays. Plan to maybe get together and do a little gift exchange or an experience, a couple days before. I wouldn't expect that Christmas Day you're going to get all the attention that you're looking for. I think it's wonderful to send a little morning um, text or a GIF or a Bitmoji just saying happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever that may be, and that you hope they have a wonderful time with their family and that you maybe look forward to spending more time with them after the holidays. So I think those are all really good ideas, not just because they're mine, but I think those are all very nice ideas for the holidays and to help to get you through the holidays when you are newly dating. So let's get out there and enjoy that time with them, right? All right, let's move on. I am wanting to talk about, some things that have come up over the last year that I was kind of wanting to dive into. And I do want to maybe talk a little bit more about that in my next episode going into the new year of things to look out for. But right now, I've been dealing with a lot of love bombing. You guys, a lot of future fakers, a lot of people just banking on potential. And I really want to go into 2025 talking about how to date, more intentionally and how we can learn from each other and set our boundaries and set our expectations so that we're not falling into these traps with these love bombers, future fakers, what have you. A lot of them don't even realize they're doing it, if I'm going to be honest. I have actually had conversations with potential partners that did start out that way. And when I had those conversations and let them know why I felt resistant and hesitant because of those certain things that they were doing, um, they didn't even realize that they were doing it. So I mean, I guess that's kind of the sign of a true love bomber or future faker or narcissist that doesn't even realize that is what they're doing. But I want to be that eye opener for them so that they can kind of work on that. And if they're not willing to work on it or not willing to recognize or accept what you are saying when you're telling them that is what they are, then that's not somebody who's going to change anyway. So we need to just move on from that. But I do have a couple of things that I want to share with you guys. My top 5 signs to watch out for when dealing with a potential love bomber or a future faker. And if you aren't fully sure what that means, a love bomber is someone who just consistently is telling you how much they love you very early on. They are, dousing you with gifts and flowers and want to spend all of their time with you. They're texting you consistently. They don't want to give you any time to yourself. They are trying to move through this relationship so quickly that you don't even have time to think about it. You don't have time to breathe. You don't have time to question it. You don't have time to set your boundaries. So you got to be real careful of that because they come in real heavy and strong and they want to kind of secure the situation and tie you down real fast because they're worried either somebody else is going to catch you or they're going to lose you. And they're in a place where they don't have boundaries for themselves. They are just out there to find the next person. And what happens when somebody comes in really fast love bombing like that is it seems great in the moment. It's a whirlwind. You're kind of caught up in it. They're doing all of these amazing things. And, those of us who are true love believers, we're a little cloud and head in the cloud kind of people, we tend to grasp onto that. And I included have been known in the past to really latch onto somebody who comes in like that because it feels good. It makes you feel good hearing it. It makes you feel good like somebody is really excited to be with you and wants your attention and wants to spend all this time with you, but that quickly fades. And once they're in, maybe a month or two goes by, very quickly it starts dropping off. And so then you are left feeling empty and feeling like you've done something wrong because all of a sudden now they're pulling back because that was the intent, just to come in real quick. And they're not meant to extend that over the period of the relationship. And so they just want to come in real fast and make you feel a certain way. And then they pull back and you are left feeling like, whoa, what just happened? He was so into me. He had all of these things he was saying. And when I say future faker as well, I'm talking about somebody who's making all of these plans for the future when you are barely even touched the surface of the present. So that's really scary because, right off the bat, they're telling you how much they love you, want to be with you. And then they start saying, they can see this future with you. I had somebody who was within the first 2 weeks telling me that they were going to sell their house and now start looking for a bigger house because they wanted to have a podcast room for me. They want to have more space, a 3-car garage. So now I have my car to park in the garage. And you get caught up in that in the moment. You're like, wow, how cool is that? He wants to do all of these things for me. And then real quickly you go, what the fuck? Like you're going to sell your house and go buy a new house for a podcast room, for a larger garage for my car, for me to have a place for my kids to stay when they come. When you have been dating me for 2 weeks and you know nothing about me, crazy. It's crazy, y'all. That's a future faker. So here are the top 5 things that I want to tell you to watch out for when dealing with a potential love bomber or a future faker. Number 1, over the top declarations of love early on. So just like I said, they might profess deep feelings or talk about the future together within days or weeks of meeting. So phrases like, I've never felt this way before, or you're my soulmate. I know I'm going to marry you. You're my person. You're who I've been waiting for. It can feel very flattering, but might be a tactic to gain your trust quickly. So we got to be really careful of that, very cautious of that, because they're coming in hard and fast and they're trying to secure you down. And once they've done that, it almost feeds them. It gives them exactly what they needed. And now they're ready to move on to the next person, or they're going to pull back from you and make you feel like you're the one who's too much coming on. It's a little bit of gaslighting in there. I'm not big on using that word. I think it's really overplayed, but that's what it feels like, where then you're almost going crazy, kind of going, wait a second. They came in telling me all of these things. I'm their soulmate. They love me. They want to spend their life with me. And I was hesitant. And now all of a sudden I'm catching feelings and they're looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, whoa, hold back. What are you doing? Slow down. And so now all of a sudden you're in that spot of feeling totally gaslighted and going, wait, what the hell just happened there? It is a real mind fuck, you guys. So just be very careful of that. So watch out for over the top declarations of love early on. That's my number 1. Number 2, grandiose promises that never truly materialize. So somebody that comes in promising all of these incredible things. I have had that as well. I've had somebody who actually did all of these things, came in very, very strong. I had to set my boundaries real quick, hold them at bay because they wanted to talk about life so fast. They saw this future. They saw the potential of what life could be like without you, or I'm sorry, with you. And they jumped on that very, very quickly and started filling your head with all of these ideas and promises and grand promises that never actually materialize. So they may talk about elaborate plans for the future, trips, living together, marriage. But these promises, you guys, often lack concrete actions or timelines. So if their words and their actions are not aligning, that is a red flag. So be very careful, watch out for those, and take those things with a grain of salt. If they are right off the bat telling you how they want to take you on these trips, or that, they're idea is to live together in, within 4 months, 5 months, and you guys have been dating for less than a month. Hello, slow down. And it's okay to say that. I totally go, whoa, whoa, slow down, Grassfire, because you are pushing me way too fast and I want to move at a much slower pace. I want to just enjoy getting to know you. So really look at those as a red flag and take them for what they are. Okay, number 3, intensity and pressure to commit quickly. This goes in a little bit with the promises about living together, marriage, but love bombers may push for exclusivity, moving in together other milestones prematurely, creating a whirlwind of emotions. So this can leave you feeling very overwhelmed, very pressured. So if you're feeling that in your stomach, you guys listen to your gut. If your gut's telling you this person is moving way too fast on me, then speak up. You are fine. And you know what? If they're not willing to listen to you, they're not willing to accept or respect your boundaries, then that is not your person. And really, that is one of the biggest things to grasp onto and to fully understand, and has really, truly helped me in my dating life to get a grasp on it. I sit there and I go, you know what? These are the things that I know I'm looking for in my life. I've done the work. I've listed out what my wants, my needs, my values are, and I am putting those into effect. I'm going to go slow. I'm going to set boundaries. I'm not going to settle, and I'm going to expect the same from my partner. And if they are not willing to respect that or meet your expectations on that level, then that is not your person. You are never too much for your person. You are never asking too much from the right person. You are then just asking and being with the wrong person. So the sooner you remember that and recognize that, and we don't hold on to the fact that they don't want to respect those things, that we make concessions for them and we make it easier for them, and we start changing who we are now abandoning ourselves, and we are now telling them that their needs, their wants, their values are more important than your own. So once you start getting into that situation, you start falling, it is time to get out. That is not your person. And I'm going to be just straight up about that. Your person will love you. They will respect you. They will go slow with you. They will appreciate your boundaries, and they will be there for you when you are ready. So remember that. Number 4, rapid shifts in behavior. This is a big one for love bombing because I said, they come on really fast and then they start pulling back. So initially they may be extremely attentive. They're showering you with gifts, with affection. They're telling you that they see this future with you. They love you. They want to start introducing you to the family. They know they're going to marry you one day. However, if their behavior becomes inconsistent, they start withdrawing attention, they exhibit mood swings. This is a sign of manipulation. You need to pay attention to that. So rapid shifts in behavior should be a red flag for you. Something's off if they are really all in one moment and then just like that, they're not. So pay attention to rapid shifts in behavior. And my number 5 is boundary pushing or gaslighting. Let's talk gaslighting again, you guys. They may dismiss your concerns or make you feel guilty for questioning their intentions. If they're gaslighting you, they're making you doubt your perception of reality. Why all of a sudden, when they've come in doing all of these things to you, showering you with gifts and attention and all of these things, and then the moment you start going, oh, I'm kind of liking this person, and now you start doing it back, and they're looking at you going, whoa, 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 what are you doing? It's gaslighting. It's a common tactic to keep control. They can completely control the situation. So you got to be very, very careful about that. And the ways I would tell you to protect yourself from that is take your time to build your trust and observe their consistency. Make sure what they're saying aligns with what they are doing, just what we said before. So really allow yourself the time to build that trust. You want to feel comfortable with them. That is the worst thing for me when they come on very strong like that. Immediately, I'm out. I just have zero desire to sit and be the bottom of their joke, really, the one that they're going to sit and pour all of this stuff into, and I'm going to accept it and take it and love it and feel great about myself. And then next day you're going to turn and walk away and not say a word, and I'm going to be left feeling empty and angry and frustrated because once again I let you do this to me. Not happening. And you guys, this is not going to happen for you in 2025. Set your sights on something bigger for yourself. You know you are worth way more than that. So set your sights, protect yourself, take your time to build the trust, observe their consistency, pay attention to how they're reacting when you assert boundaries or you start taking things slow. Do they now become defensive? Do they try to create arguments? Do they make you feel guilty? Do they gaslight you? Do they, make you feel like you are crazy for wanting to take things slow? Don't let them do it. And the last thing is share your feelings with trusted friends or family. Protect yourself. Let other people know what is going on and give them the whole details and get an outside perspective. Sometimes we get our head in the clouds. We're excited, and that's natural. We have the dopamine kicking because we're so excited to be going out on these dates and there's energy building, and you want to jump in with 2 feet. Slow it down and find a trusted friend, family member that you can talk to, tell them what's going on, how they're coming on so hard, and get an outside perspective because we just sometimes can't see it. So that's a great way to protect yourself. So those are my 5 tips about love bombing and future faking, you guys. So I really want you to take those into consideration and really think about them. Write them down when I said them. I'll put notes out in the show notes for you guys to remember that, things that you need to think about. So very, very important. Okay, next, the one thing I want to go on to is I want to do a couple. I got a couple call-ins and someone that wrote to me with some really interesting topics that I kind of wanted to talk about. And one of them happens to do a little bit with catfishing and, how you feel. And this happened to me many times during my dating over the last few years, where you are seeing people's pictures online on the online dating profile, and they are much older than they appear now. Obviously, they have a different look. They might be, overweight or skinnier now. They're obviously much older. And so all of a sudden now you're getting recent pictures once you start chatting or you see them in person, and how we should react to that. So I had someone write in that, basically told me that they were chatting with somebody online. Okay, so they had their dating profile. There was a picture of them. They said their age. They said they were in their 40s. And then they exchanged numbers. And then during their conversation with exchanging numbers, now they start sending each other pics of themselves. I know we all like to put a little bit older pics on the profile dating site because we're finding our best pics, and those ones might not be right now. But I wouldn't go too far back. I wouldn't do more than 6 months old because that's probably not how you look right now. And it's going to come out in the wash, whether you are sending pictures, via text exchange after, whether you FaceTime, whether you meet in person. You can't hide that you're not that person from 20 years ago. So why do you have a picture on there from 20 years ago? I don't get it. It blows my mind. Anytime I see it, it really turns me off. It's a big ick factor for me for somebody to have a picture on there that is 20 years old and they look nothing like it. I don't care what you looked like when you were a child, when you were growing up, when you were 30 years old. If you're now 50, I want to see what you look like right now. So be very careful of that, because this person said after exchanging numbers, he started sending pics, and seriously, she was immediately not interested, not just because of the looks, but because he wasn't honest with her up front. And now you're in this spot where you're just supposed to accept that they look totally different than they portrayed. I just think that's very wrong. I think catfishing is very wrong. I think that somebody's attempt to make you like them based on super false information, a totally different picture, somebody that's not you, is distrust. It is lying right off the bat. It is not being honest. All of the things that we are looking for in a partner and for that person that we're going to meet is for someone to come forward with honesty and truth and accept who they are. That is not somebody who accepts who they are and is not respecting you either. So you have every right to respond to them and say, hey, I'm sorry, this is just not the person that I thought I was talking to. I feel like I'm being a little bit duped and I'm not comfortable with that. I've been honest with you. I've shown you who I am, what I look like now, and I'm proud of that. And I'm looking to be with somebody who can respect that and can also offer me the same. So nothing wrong with that. You don't have to feel bad about telling them you do not want to see them again. You do not have to feel bad about blocking them, deleting them, whatever you may do, because we are looking for honesty, transparency, and for somebody that is comfortable in their own skin and knows who they are. Bottom line. That would be my answer to that. So I'm going to say ditch that person for sure. Okay, my next write in that I had, somebody said that after 6 months of dating, their partner wants them to share their location. So they did say in the notes that he's been sharing from day one. So the moment they started dating, he started sharing his location. That already is a red flag to me. But this person that wrote in said they are not feeling comfortable with that and don't want to do it, and wasn't even asking for him to share. So he came back and said that if I don't share mine, then he's going to distance himself or leave. What should they do? Okay, guys, this one to me is total manipulation. This is somebody that's coming in saying, hey, I want to be in this relationship with you right off the bat. I'm going to share my location with you and give you my information, possibly the passcode to my phone, to my computer. I'm going to give that to you all up front so you feel safe and you can trust me. But what they're really doing is they're looking for a way to make themselves feel safe. They're looking for a way to find the same information because they're expecting that you are going to give that information to them. And in return, that they are going to give that information to you. And in return, they're going to get that same information back from you. So to me, it's a manipulation. They know exactly what they're doing. And they're looking to find out right off the bat, who are you talking to? Where are you going? And it's a form of control. Get out. I would not want that at all. I don't care if it's 6 months in. You have every right to hold your information until you feel 100% comfortable and you want to share that information. Just because you're dating does not mean that they have full access to your personal life. I think it's great and fine if maybe you are going out for the night with your girlfriends. You guys have been dating for a few months. He's worried about your well-being while you're out, wants to make sure you get home safe, or the location that you're going to may be a little wonky or somewhere different than you're familiar with. Great. That's fine. I'm going to share my location with you for the evening so you know where I am, that I'm safe, and I'm where I said I would be. Nothing wrong with that. But am I going to share it indefinitely? That anywhere I go, you now know where I am, that you're looking for me? I don't want that kind of relationship. I'm my own person. If I'm not doing anything wrong, why do I need you finding and looking for me all day, all night? That's going to become an obsession. Oh, where is she today? Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo, right? So for me, that's not a thing. That's a deal breaker. I'm not looking to do that. I'll do it when I want to do it. If I'm married to you and we're husband and wife, I have no problem sharing my location. We're together. But if we're just dating and just starting out, not for me. That is not for me. And I don't know. I don't think it should be for you either. And especially this one saying that he shared it from day one. Are you kidding me? I don't even want to know where you are from day one. Why would I want to know that? I want to get to know you and I want to go out and have a date here and there. I don't want to sit and look at where you are every day. This is so beyond anything I would ever partake in. Yeah, no, I would just flat out say, hey, I'm not expecting you to share your location with me. In fact, I don't even want you to. I think that we need to build up trust with each other. I think we need to learn about each other, our habits, things we like to do. If I know things that you like to do, if you like to go play pickleball 3 times a week, if you like to go to happy hour with a friend after work, if you like to go to the gym and work out most days, I probably already know where you are anyways, right? Why do I need to have your location every day to look and see and question? I don't want that kind of relationship that is very controlling, very manipulative, and you should be able to live your life, especially in this early dating stage. You do not owe them anything. That's my opinion. Okay, that's my answer on that one. Again, I would ditch, goodbye. Okay, my last one. This person says that they're semi new to dating and they're seeing a lot of posts about being asked to split a bill or to make the plans for the date. I'm sure this one's going to be a little controversial because I think that people have different opinions on this one. So I'm just going to give you mine. So, first of all, I'm my own person. I am very independent. I make my own money. I don't need anyone to pay for me. I don't need anyone to, you know, do those particular things for me. I can do all of those myself. I can pay for my own bill. I can make my own plans. What it comes down to for me is I like a man to be a gentleman. And with that is paying for the date, making the plans for the date. I love to be in my feminine energy. I do. And quite often on these dates, when this happens, and let me just preface it by saying, I'm not looking for a free meal here. I know everybody thinks that they're like, oh, you're just looking to go out and get a free meal and have a guy pay for you and never talk to him again. That is not the intention at all. For me, I just want to go out and enjoy the date. And I want a man to be a man. And I think that first date, the man should always pay if he's asking me out. Now, I might be a little bit different if I asked a guy out on a date. I really don't do that. So I probably wouldn't have that happen anyways, but that might be an exception to my rule. But if I'm going out on a first date with a man and he's asked me out, he's chosen the place, we're ordering the food. Maybe we agreed on food together. We agreed to share some appetizers, maybe having a drink. Maybe we agreed to share a meal. Even if not, I expect the man to pay for that date. Chivalry. It is a kind, generous, masculine thing to do. I do not like being in my feminine energy. I'm sorry, my masculine energy. And I tend to get put into that category a lot of times. And I really don't like it. It makes me feel like I am now somewhat superior to the man or that I am in charge. I am a very independent woman and I do like to take charge and take control in a lot of things. So when it comes to dating, I don't want to do that. I want the man to send me a text and say, here's our plan for Friday night, dinner, drinks, see where we go from there. Maybe we go to a little speakeasy, a little lounge after and listen to some music. I will meet you there at this time. I'm not big on a man picking me up on the first date that I don't know, so I wouldn't suggest that. But he might say, meet me at this time. And they let you know where we're going. That gives you an idea of what you should be wearing. I think that is super sexy. And it makes me feel like a woman. I'm feminine. I want to be told that I am going to go to this place and we're going to have this fabulous time and to just show up. And when I get there and we enjoy this evening, for a man to look at me and expect me to pay half the bill or the whole bill for that matter, that would never happen. But if he's looking at me to pay even half the bill, I think it's just rude. That's not somebody that I'm probably going to go out with again. And again, it's not because I'm looking for someone to spend money on me. I'm not looking for them to give me a free meal. I don't need a fancy dinner. I don't need to go to Del Frisco's or I don't need to go to these really fancy places where you're getting steak and lobster and shrimp and all of that, and you come out spending $200-300. I'm not expecting that. I mean, I'm not expecting to go to Jack in the Box, but I think there's very happy medium places that are not overly pricey that you can just go and enjoy and have a nice time. I'm very conscious of what I order when I have a date with a man. I'm never going to order the most expensive thing on the meal. I'm often going to ask them what they're getting first. So that gives me a gauge of what we're spending. I often ask to share. Quite often I'll say, hey, do you want to just do a few different appetizers and share that and have a drink? I think that's great. If we are going to go into a dinner, maybe we have an appetizer and we share an actual meal. So I try to be very cost effective. I'm not looking for anybody to spend a lot of money on me on a first date. I think it sucks for the man, to be honest, that they have to do that. But you know what? Us women, we do a lot of things too. We've put in a lot of effort to go on that date. We're getting our hair done or we're getting our nails done. We're, taking time to dress. We're not getting ready in 10, 15 minutes. We're taking the time to do that. So we're going to drive to you. So the least you can do is pay for my dinner and make the plans. That's my take on it. And I'm probably never going to change on that. I do think after, the first few dates, definitely by the third date, I would offer to help with the bill. I may say by the fourth date, hey, I would like to take you somewhere. You've been so kind. Let me treat you somewhere. I think that's a very kind, generous, reciprocal act. And maybe that just kind of sets the tone for things. I just don't think that you need to be paying for a man's food or drinks in the beginning. I really don't. Men want to be men, then fucking be a man. That's my opinion. Okay, so that is all I have for you guys today. That is my holiday tips and tricks, I guess, for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a little all over the place. There were just some things that have really come up over the last year that I wanted to share with you guys. And, just make sure going into the holidays that you have the information that you need going into it. So I love that. And then also going into 2025, I'm going to talk in the New Year's about some really cool things that you guys need to look out for, and what are red flags, and how to make 2025 the best dating year yet. So with that being said, I want you guys to know that I have some really, really incredible guests coming on in 2025. And this year is going to be phenomenal for From Mrs. to Ms. I have Kayla Kraft coming on, which she is also known as the Mommy Millionaire. And we have an incredible conversation of how you basically can go from rags to riches and the things that you need to do. So she's awesome. Can't wait for you guys to hear that one. I have Dan Purcell with Marital Intimacy. And that is such an incredible conversation. I am real big on sex, you guys, as you know, and I think it's super important in a relationship. So I have Dan come on and we get very candid about how to rebuild your marriage and how to get it to a wonderful place again. And that involves intimacy and sex and all of those taboo things. So I can't wait for you to hear that episode. I have the incredible Robert Mack coming on. He is the happiness coach. He has been on shows like Good Morning La La Land. He is a celebrity mentor for Famously Single. He has done so many incredible things, and he brings happiness to my life. And you guys, we had a little bit of great energy, if you will, a little bit of sexual tension chemistry. So I hope that you'll tune in and actually watch that on YouTube to see how that goes and all plays out, because that was hot. And he and I are definitely looking at working on some projects in 2025 together. So that's going to be very exciting. Let's say I also have an Enneagram specialist, which was really, really cool to talk to. I didn't know anything about that. So that was fabulous to learn that information. And I really love doing that as well. So I have all these wonderful guests, and I can't forget the incredible Nadine Macaluso. She is actually the Naomi, let me just get this right. Margot Robbie played her in Wolf of Wall Street. Nadine was the ex-wife of Jordan Belfort from Wolf of Wall Street, who was played by Leonardo DiCaprio. And so she's coming on to talk about trauma bonds and narcissistic marriages and relationships. So that is super exciting. I can't wait for y'all to have that conversation. And of course, I'm going to be talking to the ex-wives undercover as well. They are just blowing up for their incredible stories of how they're catching con men, including their own ex-husband that they were both married to at separate times and recognized that they were both being completely conned by this man. And these two women got together and created an incredible podcast. And they talk about ex-wives going undercover, and they find out all these incredible stories. So you got to tune in for all of these coming up. There's that and many, many more. So I am so looking forward to 2025, sharing From Mrs. to Ms. with you and really taking this up a notch. So with that being said, I would love to hear from you guys. You can find From Mrs. to Ms. on any major streaming platform. As I mentioned, there are tons and tons of episodes out now. I think I'm on episode 70 and upwards. So that is very exciting. A new episode drops every Tuesday morning. So please tune in for that. And you can email me at info@FromMrsToMs.net. You guys, I want to hear from you. I want to hear scenarios that you want me to talk about. If you have questions that you want answered live. I am happy to do that. So please reach out to me with anything you want me to talk about. You can also find me on social media at from.mrs.2.ms, and you can DM me there with any of your questions, comments, or scenarios, and I would love to take them on air. So don't forget about that. And just to add, YouTube at from.mrs.2.ms. You can also find all of the videos of all of these episodes that have been recorded. So you can go back and watch if you're wondering what certain people look like, just to get, a better point of view. I'm a visual person, so that really helps. And it's just more fun to kind of watch them and feel the chemistry and get the vibe. So if you're looking to do that, you can find me on YouTube. All right, you guys, that's all I got for this week. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. This is out right now on Christmas Eve, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to all of you. I hope that you find exactly what you're looking for. And if not, let's go into 2025 with a bang and get you guys in the best shape of your life, mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love you guys. Merry Christmas. Talk to you next week. Bye.